All right, we're back to working on this face. I took the liberty of drawing in smaller ears from what I have and drawing in this chip right here that we want to take out. If you look at anybody that has normal shaped ears, you'll find that the separation at the top of the ear looks like it goes back up under the hair. So when we do a hat, we're going to make sure we leave that in there. So we take that out. It sets the ear off of the hair. And it allows you to get back in there with that little Dingsbumps there, as we say in German. I'm going to further cut it back a little bit more. We may end up having to do it again if we take too much of that ear off. Anyway, gives you that little indentation. So what I do, lay it on the sideburn side, go in, lay it on the hat side, and take that out. Sometimes you have to go in there and make it deeper or make it recessed in there. But it separates the ear from the hat. And you can sit there and piddle, play, and putter with it anyway. All right, so I'm trimming these ears out a little bit more, making them smaller. And then we'll add some features to it that I'll show you in a little bit. I've done a lot of ears where they stick way out and they're flop overs, as we call them. I don't think I want to do that on this fellow. We'll just keep them fairly small. Okay, I'll work on this one ear. Let me draw that back in. Actually, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to undercut. I'm going to go in behind the ear and cut back behind the ear. Separate the ear from the hair. And you see that? I'm going to do that up here, but first what I want to do is give this ear some shape, because most ears aren't just flat all the way down. Somewhere about halfway down, they start to curve toward the lobe. Start to curve down like that. So it gives you some shape to it, and it depends on the size of the ear, and it depends on the size of the type of look you're going for, but it allows you to shape that ear down here. Another thing you can do to further shape that ear is grab a small gouge. Don't you hate it when you're carving and you can't put your hand right on the gouge just laying right in front of you? What we want to do is give this a little bit of profile here. I want that. See how that looks? Because the ear's going to come up to here like this. You've got the bulb and then you've got the lobe. Okay, so you can do that with a gouge. You can certainly come in here and cut that out with a gouge. You can do it with a knife. It just depends on how you feel. Depends on what size of a look you're looking for. Some people don't like it because it looks like it's cut with a machine. I think it's your carving. You do whatever you want to. I've done them both ways on every carving I do, and it just seems to, some of them say this way and some of them say that way. Okay. Trim that ear just a little bit right there because I want it to recess at the top. I don't want it sticking out. And I've got a little bit of, I want to take off right there. Now, we'll give it some more profile. We'll take a little bit bigger gouge and we just want to go into the ear. And it seems like everybody I see carving ears does them differently. Some people want them real square cut. Some people want them real rounded. I look at it this way. My friend Ryan said, no one's going to look at your carving and refuse to buy it because the ear isn't perfect the way they want it. They're going to like the carving, or they're not going to like the carving, either way. But I doubt that anybody's ever going to tell you, I'm not buying that carving because you didn't do the ear right. So you do whatever ear you're more comfortable with. This is one of the things I like to do with them. Occasionally I'll add, I don't know what they call this. Add that little part right there, and I just take a small gouge, smaller than that. Take a small gouge, don't poke it straight in, and don't go too far back because you go out the back of the ear. But there's that cut. And then what I want to do is I want to start in that hole right there. And I just want to curve my knife. You got to have a flexible knife to do this. Otherwise it'll break off the whole ear. I didn't catch it all. There's that. And you see how that indentation of that wind flap, or whatever you want to call it. I don't know the technical term. I'm a science